Danielle Collins, the 31-year-old American tennis player, found herself at the center of attention once again during her third-round match at the 2025 Australian Open, where she was defeated 6-4 by fellow American Madison Keys. Despite the loss, which marked an early exit from the tournament, Collins was resolute in her response to the negative reactions she faced from the crowd, including boos both during and after the match. The controversy surrounding Collins began earlier in the week during her second-round win over Australian Destanee Aiava. After her victory, Collins sarcastically thanked the hecklers who had been vocal in supporting Aiava, claiming that their actions were helping to pay her bills. Her provocative gestures did not stop there. She was seen blowing kisses to the crowd, cupping her ear as if to invite more boos, and even pointing to her backside, all of which further fueled the tension between her and the Australian fans. As Collins made her way onto the court for her third-round clash against Keys at the prestigious Laver Arena, the hostile atmosphere was palpable. The crowd greeted her with boos, and the tension was high as she prepared to face the 19th seed. The situation escalated during the match, with cheers erupting when Collins committed her first double fault, a sign of the crowd's apparent support for Keys. Despite the tension, Collins tried to maintain her composure. The first set ended with the chair umpire reminding the crowd to show respect for both players, but the atmosphere remained charged. As the second set wore on, Collins required a medical timeout at 4-3, with heavy strapping applied to her left knee, which seemed to exacerbate her already difficult situation. The crowd's behavior shifted slightly, with a few cheers for both players, but by the time the match ended, Collins was once again subjected to boos as she exited the court, her defeat a bitter pill to swallow for both her and her supporters. After the match, Collins, who had reached the 2022 Australian Open final, remained defiant and unapologetic about her actions earlier in the tournament. "Something I'm really proud of is I've gotten to the point where I really don't care anymore about what people who aren't important to me think," she said in her post-match interview. Her words reflected a growing sense of empowerment, one that transcended the negative reactions from the crowd. For Collins, the opinions of strangers were no longer a concern, especially when it came to maintaining her mental fortitude in the face of adversity. Collins, who has long embraced a controversial persona, doubled down on her belief that all publicity is good publicity. She further explained that despite being in the latter stages of her career, the attention she was drawing had tangible benefits. "Obviously, I'm towards the end of my career. It's wonderful that I can capitalize on these opportunities," she remarked. She revealed that her time in Melbourne had already brought her 6 new sponsorship deals, which she viewed as a clear signal of her marketability and the positive impact of the publicity she was generating, regardless of its nature. Earlier in the tournament, Collins had joked about how the prize money she earned in Melbourne would contribute to a luxurious 5-star trip to the Bahamas with her friends, turning the attention into a source of humor rather than frustration. After her defeat to Keys, she was asked if she had already booked the holiday, to which she responded with a lighthearted comment. "I've got to fit that in there for a few days. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated for sure," Collins said with a smile. She even added, "I will definitely send pictures to everyone," playfully teasing the media and her detractors alike. For Collins, the aftermath of her loss seemed almost secondary to the career opportunities it had presented. Despite her on-court exit, her ability to keep herself in the public eye and secure lucrative sponsorships highlighted a new phase in her career, where personal branding and publicity were just as important as her performance on the court. In the end, while the boos may have reverberated through Laver Arena, Danielle Collins showed that she was unbothered, resolute in her stance, and determined to use every opportunity, whether good or bad, to further her career off the court.